Hello. If I sound weird, it's because I'm sick. So bear with me. Also, there won't be any video for this one because I'm running into a problem when I have to upload. Maybe that's just a Wi-Fi issue, or I don't really know. So yeah, this will just be me speaking on a podcast. Yeah, that was awkward. I don't know. My brain don't really work. I'm just rambling, which is also the reason I'm doing it. So if I make absolutely no sense in this episode, you will know why. A bit of a life update, maybe. I said yes to an apartment, and I'm waiting for the paperwork to be finalised, and I'm gonna pay the deposit. Yay. I really don't sound that excited, do I? But I am, I promise. I'm just so tired because I've been sick for, I don't even know, like soon a week. 2 days, 3 days, and it's been a week. So I hope I'm over it soon. What was I gonna say? So something about the apartment. Yes, the most important part. I'm gonna have a cat. I don't know how much I talk about that, but I suspect it's a lot because I've wanted to get a cat for so long. It's like this milestone in my head, even though it's a living creature and it might not have the temperament I hope. So yeah, that's going to be incredible and probably insanely difficult, and that cat's probably gonna destroy things I would rather it not. Like a couch or a vase. But I'm excited. I'm really excited. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do, like, I have a little, what's it even called? I don't really know. Wow. Brain fog. You know, where you walk outside and you can sit outside your apartment, getting some fresh air. Yeah, I have one of those, but it can also be fully closed, so it's actually pretty nice for having a cat. And I have been wanting to get plants for the longest time, and also for the longest time I've been wanting to get to like a higher place. Oh my gosh, I don't have the words, but you know when an apartment is at the ground floor, people just stare inside the windows if you don't have the curtains to obscure the view. Yeah, I'm getting a bit higher, like a first floor, I think it's called. And so yeah, I'm excited about that, so I can have some natural light in my apartment too. And maybe I can keep a plant alive for longer than 2 weeks. That's the hope anyway. Yeah. I have no idea what to say, to be honest. I just wanted to come on here and have a little chat, even though I feel horrible. I hope you're doing great. I'm aware I do that a lot. I should, I just did it again. fine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm happy. I just make a lot of sounds when I don't know what to say. Like, oh, that's annoying when you notice it. And now I just told you, so you're welcome. No, but I'm excited, despite what I sound like. Also a bit daunting because I'm gonna have to get a job. I also kind of want a job, to be honest, to be able to do something and then come home be completely off time. That's not what it's called, but I think you know what I mean. Like having time off, completely earned and easy to like, what's it called? To compartmentalize. Is that what I'm looking for? I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. I hate when my brain is foggy, but I guess that's normal when you're sick. That's part of it all, isn't it? I'm looking forward to get my kitty. I don't know why that's such a huge part of it. It just means so much to me. Having a little companion. Little living creature that needs attention and love and care. I can't get all absorbed the same way because, well, my cat needs food. My cat needs their litter box cleaned. Oh, if my cat is like my friends, it goes into the plants, so I need to vacuum. And I'm probably going to be so annoyed with every little annoying trait that cat has, but I'm still going to love it. That's the thing with animals. I can't wait. I've already kind of written to one that might have gotten a new home, but maybe not. I haven't been answered. Also, it's per mail, so I don't know how often people check their mails. I do every day recently. Right now I'm just looking at the fish. Yes, I have fish. And soon we're gonna sell them, I think. Not what I really mind, it's so much work. And that's kind of contradictory to say, but it's so much work in turn of very little gratification. I'm not sure that's the word I'm looking for, but you can't take a fish up and pet it. They're pretty and they're nice background movement, but they're a bit... I don't blame them, they're just there. But the tank gets quite messy sometimes, and then you have to clean it and do it all over again to not be able to, well, do anything with them. I'm aware a cat is a lot of work. Any animal is. Just hope I can get some cuddles sometimes, to be honest. Also, I think there's something about it being a bit bigger than a fish. I have quite small fish. Why am I talking about fish? I have no idea. I hope I can get to streaming. Like, that's just something I've been pondering upon. Like, I think I talked about it last episode as well, but I really want to start streaming. It doesn't really matter how many watches, just it's kind of like podcasting as well, but it's, as much as I like just rambling, I also really enjoy playing. It's just a nice mix, isn't it? But there's always a bit of anxiety about it being live. Like, what if something happened, right? But also, just like my podcast, I kind of choose what to talk about, don't I? Another thing that's kind of, worrisome is like, what about moderators? But honestly, I don't think I have to worry about it in the longest time, because I don't really think anybody's going to be watching the first months of doing a stream, to be honest. I just want to play sport, and like I want to try doing like a speed run, because I can do sport from start to finish pretty fast. I want to try and do it a speed run, and then I want to kind of do all of the what's it called? You know how hard the game is. Oh my gosh, brain. Think of the word. I almost have it. That's the most aggravating part. I don't know, but maybe you know. Like the difficulty. I got it. I almost swore as well. No. I want to do all of the difficulties, and I feel like you can always play sport, because you can always do another type of creature, and you can do one that only eats plants. I think that's called herbivore, and you can do one that only eats meat, even though I think that's the harder. I don't know what word that was. That's one harder way to do it. To be honest, the easiest speedrun is just being friendly. Except for one. I don't remember what it's called, but there's one where it's just so much easier if you just change your ways and then change back, because then it's easy again. I also want to play Sims. I love Sims, and I kind of feel like I've played a lot, but I feel like it's different when you share it with someone. Do you know? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just rambling. It's like the thing about you can play something all of your life, but when you start making videos about it, it's like the first time again, because then whatever happens in that playthrough is like, that's what people experience with you, right? Especially if it's especially if it's live. I want to play Minecraft. I am not very great. And I want to say that in like, maybe except sport, I've played that too much to not be great at it. I'm not great at the combat in any game. I like building and being creative, but if you want to build and be creative in Minecraft, you're gonna have to do something and get outside your comfort zone sometimes. So yeah, I want to do that too. And then I have a bunch of demos. Like, I went into a rabbit hole on Steam and there's so much I want to play. And I feel like, obviously I'm still quite anxious about what I'm allowed to share, what I'm allowed to stream, what I'm allowed to make videos of, because copyright. But I feel like demos, they're not safe, but they're safer. In my mind, at least. Yeah. I've kind of gotten into a rabbit hole of space demos, making spaceships, kind of like engineering and kind of sport-ish, the last phase, but sadly there's a bit more fighting space games than there is, well, the Alliance. I really like the idea of going to space and traveling and making alliances and trades, and then if there was a game where you could build with new appliances, with new materials and stuff, that could be absolutely awesome. But I guess most people like combat, so and I guess that's realistic as well, because you can't be friends with everyone, I mean. That's kind of sad if you can't be friends with anyone. I meant everyone. You can't be friends with everyone. So there was bound to be some kind of combat, but there's just so much on Steam where it's like the main thing. Anything you meet outside your own solar system is gonna shoot at you. That's great. Yeah. There's also the catch about if any demo is gonna go really well, then it would be great if I bought the game once it comes out. Some of them are not even released yet. But then there's the part about me being absolutely broke. So if people really like a game, but yeah, who am I kidding? Again, I don't think that's really going to be an issue for the longest time. I just get to create. And I also want to draw, and I want to take pictures. I don't know how to make a live where we're doing a photo session, but it could be fun to explore. And maybe some world building, because I consider myself a writer, but for the most part I just like creating the universes and then playing around with them. Kind of like a game or a movie. Yep, that's a thing. Maybe even if I get more into programming, I could do some fun programming while on the live, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. It could be kind of a fun process, you know, making like a very, very simple game or something, like a game of Snake or something. Just having a bit of talk. What's having a bit of chat? That's what I mean. And having a coffee and just blabbering like I usually do. That would be so fun too. As you can see, I'm really good at getting ideas. I'm not that great at executing them. I want to say I wanted to get a number, like maybe 1 in a 20 or 30 rate I actually end up doing of my projects. So that's horrible. And maybe I even end up doing even less now that I get my own place. But at least I'll get a cat and I'll be able to work and afford the place. That's kind of the baseline. And then I will have enough space to put up a computer, which is necessary if I want to stream, I feel. Yep. And then I at least have the possibility of streaming, which is awesome. I kind of also love to just think about how I could decorate my apartment. Like, I have a bit of an interior designer inside me. Anything regarding design, to be honest, is I'm attracted to that. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Also, I know I should be fine with it, but I still find it weird speaking, because people like my dad is lovely, but they are keeping track of me, of what I'm doing, because then they know when to walk in and talk to me, which is really normal. But I'm blabbering and there's nothing wrong, really. My parents are lovely. But you know the thing about getting your own space and just not caring, that's what I meant to say. When you speak, or if you have a thought in the middle of the night, you can just get up and explore it on a mic without having to worry about somebody walking past the room or something. And it's weird because it's hugely lies on me. There's nothing wrong with my parents. They're just living. But I feel weird about it. So I kind of can't wait to get an apartment. I can just get to do my creates. That's not a word. My creative projects, like my podcasting. You know what's weird? I find it weird that I feel some sort of way speaking here at home when parents can hear me. But when in the beginning I was thinking about just going for a walk once in a while and talking. Maybe it's the fact that my parents know it's a podcast and not that I'm talking to a person. But that shouldn't matter. Because walking past someone, they would look at you. I have tried that. They would look at you and I would probably have like headphones on. So they would just assume that I was talking to a person. Which I am, technically. But I wouldn't feel weird about it. It's just because it's family, isn't it? Like, their opinion matters a bit more. But I know what their opinions are, you know? They really don't mind. So I don't know why it is. I don't know really why there's a problem at all in my mind. There isn't. Logically, there isn't. But maybe it's just because I started it in my own apartment, you know, being completely just by myself, that I like it that way. I haven't even considered the part where I get a cat and it absolutely judges me every second I make a podcast episode. That could be kind of fun. Find an animal that's way better. I could deal with animals' judgment for some reason. I don't really mind, honestly. I just find it funny when they stare at you. Although a cat, if they stare at you and get into prey mode or predator mode, then I don't want to stare back. Let's just say that. When my dogs are doing it, it's so funny. It's so funny. They look so stupid. It's like they don't know what they're doing with their faces. Like the youngest dog is just like this majestic creature, and then he looks at me with half closed eyes and look really, really dumb. Oh, I love them. Well, perhaps that should round off this little update. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to feel better and perhaps make more episodes, but I hope between a full-time job and getting a cat and moving and also having some off time, I can do some streaming and some podcasting. And when saying that out loud, it sounds very optimistic, to be honest. But I hope so. And I also hope I can go sailing this summer. It's kind of a thing. That's definitely another episode, though. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to my sick ramblings. I hope you're doing well. And I'll see you later.